What is up? This is Colonial Puppet, and this is my first video in a while. I was on vacation, took a couple weeks off, but I'm back making videos, and this is going to be a tour of the newest download of Titan City version 4. And as you can see, I've started in one of the newer parts of the city. You might actually remember this building from earlier downloads of the city. It's actually moved. It used to be way over there somewhere, but used to be part of the high school. As you can see, it says Titan High School. It's moved over here. Probably going to change that at some point. I've also decided that version 5 is going to be the last version of the city, so this is going to be the second of the last version of Titan City version 4. And then I'm going to release Titan City version 5, and it's going to be really nice and really complete. And yeah, but for now I'm going to give you a tour of what I have so far and what you can download in the description of this video. So I'll just jump right into the tour. Like I said, this is not a new building. It's been moved to this location right here. Looks pretty cool. This is a building that you've probably seen. I've done a tutorial on how to build this building. It's one of my more recent videos if you want to check it out. Nothing too special, kind of a generic looking office building with kind of some flourishes and stuff. It's one of the first buildings to use sea lanterns. I've been using glowstone my entire life, but now I'm using sea lanterns because they look a lot more professional, and I don't have to put trapdoors over them to make them look nice. This is one of a 3-building complex right here with a little pedestrian bridge connecting all 3. Some nice advertisements on this side and on this side and also on the other side, but it's the same as the Adult Swim thing right there. That looks pretty cool and artsy fartsy. 2 twin buildings, or I guess not twin, this one's a little bit shorter, but looks pretty cool. Kind of inspired by the Liberty Place buildings in Philadelphia. This is obviously the taller one with a TV mast on top. Looks pretty cool. And black windows, because those are always nice. And this is like meant to be like a hotel, kind of connecting them. So this is like office buildings and then like hotels / conference center, whatever. Office complexes are usually like. Pretty neat. Over here we have the clock tower, which I can't think of the name of the person who actually designed the clock off the top of my head, but I'll put them in the description. They're also in the description of another video featuring this same tower, but here is the switch. Right, let me just get to it, and I'm gonna took a screenshot, and as you can see it's very laggy, but it does count down like that. Pretty cool. Now I'm going to go and turn this off. It won't be this laggy if you use it in your world, unless you're recording something like I am. Fraps takes up a lot of memory, so does this clock, so yeah. And you're gonna have to synchronize it. This is its own separate clock, so you have to like turn them on at the same time for them to read the same time. But regardless, if you do that, it'll probably lag out your world. But it's a cool building. Kind of looks Victorian almost. This little spire on top. Pretty fancy. This is the next building from the now out of business Next Computers. It's kind of an ugly building. I kind of like it, but I could see why some people would think it's ugly. It's very flamboyant. It's got the Next colors. This is a parking garage. I'll actually go inside of it so you can see. These are parking spaces and the ramps up to the other 3 floors, the next building itself. Kind of cool. And right next to it we have the HP kind of complex, Hewlett-Packard office buildings with the Hewlett-Packard logo both here in this cool little fountain area and on the top of the building. Just kind of a generic office building. Looks a lot like the IBM building over here. There's a lot of tech companies, I guess, in the city. This is again before I discovered Sea Lantern, or before one of my viewers suggested I use it. Here you can see some chunk errors. This is an old building. It's been in the city for a couple years. Had RMJM, which is an architectural firm, on here, but it doesn't anymore. Just a plain gray building with a ice skating rink out front. This is the high school again. This and that other building that I started off with were moved originally from over there. They're now here. These are all new buildings, actually, except for these two. These were also moved, but this one was actually extended, so it originally ended like right here, but I extended it. I kind of mirrored the two sides of it to make it even bigger. So this is kind of a new building. This is not. It was moved. I actually did a time lapse of this a while ago, so if you look through my time lapse builds, you'll probably see this building, or time lapse videos, that is. These are all new, however. Kind of Art Deco, Victorian looking row homes, or row towers, I guess. Really close to each other. Kind of cool looking. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this space in terms of new buildings. Look kind of cool. Extended the highway a lot. Over here we have the airport, which I've been working on. Not actually building, but planning. Because as you know, I started building the landing strip, but kind of stopped with that series, or took a break from it. That's because I'm kind of planning out how I want the landing strips to be and everything. Got all this set up, like you've seen me build the helipads, the extra two hangars and the lights, as well as the markings on the tarmac, and like the numbering on where the planes actually come in to dock, jetways, all those things. I've yet to build the actual landing strips though. I'm working on that though. It's kind of hard to plan landing strips, so be patient. I haven't forgotten about the series. Been doing it for 2 years. I don't think I'm going to like randomly stop with making the airport. But yep, these are some new buildings over here. That tall building right there actually connects to the airport hotel, as you can see, with that big pedestrian bridge right there. There's the building. Looks kind of cool. Kind of like a sleek office building. This is the Apple Store, which I did a time lapse of, and is now available in this download. Cool little building. Here's the Genius Bar. Yep. Metal detectors, or product detectors, I guess, for if you're trying to steal stuff. This building I also have a time lapse of, right here. So this is new and only available in this download of Titan City version 4. There's the IBM building I was comparing the Hewlett-Packard building to. So yep, this is kind of new. Kind of made more tall buildings. There originally were just kind of short buildings like this, kind of ugly, so I changed them out for big, cool-looking buildings. This is a new building. I actually did a Let's Build a Skyscraper video on this, but I scrapped it because it was too convoluted. But there the building is. This is also a new building, kind of a freaky-looking office building. Nothing too special. Tall, but nothing like cool about it, I guess. These are all new too. This was originally, I think, the Wayne building, or Wayne Enterprises building, but I think I took the Wayne off of it. Yeah, it used to say Wayne right here. Now it's just a regular old building with a cool top. The Microsoft building right here is pretty cool. Has the Microsoft logo over there if you can see it, and also over here. So this is one of two Microsoft buildings. Microsoft 10, cool kind of advertisement on the side of the building. A lot of tech companies, like I said. I don't know, just to make the city seem futuristic. This was actually the first building I ever built on this city. I took it from an earlier download. It used to be the 3 World Trade Center, like Marriott Hotel, which I replaced with the one that's over there now. But that building's old. So this building was taken out of the city a couple years ago, but I put it back in recently and duplicated it and made it taller here and connected it to itself to make this kind of cool 2-building complex, or I guess 3-building complex if you count the IAA/FIB building from Grand Theft Auto 5 that I put in the city without its twin, so it doesn't have the other building. If you play Grand Theft Auto 5, you will see this building in the skyline as well as another identical building, or almost identical building, but this city only has this one. And if you go down here, you'll see that it's actually kind of a complex little system. Has like an above ground and below ground parking garage. Kind of fun to explore. And on the top you can enter the buildings as well. So there's doors there, doors I think on the other side. But yep, pretty cool. Same level as the above ground rail that runs throughout the city, so there's naturally a little station that you can walk into right there. Yep, it's a pretty cool complex. Can walk down the steps here to get to the ground floor. Pretty cool. This building's pretty old. So is that one and that one. Here's the Wayne building, like the kind of, I guess, generic black one with Wayne written on it. Not exactly like the one in the Dark Knight, but very similar. Kind of cool. And on top you just got your normal top stuff. Top building stuff. Again, I did a let's build of this building right here. Kind of cool looking Art Deco-y Victorian looking building. Pretty neat. This is just a really small kind of medical center. Nothing too special. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stories, about 6 or 7 stories. And another kind of cool office building with a neat design on the top. And the Encom building, for those of you who have seen Tron, will know what Encom is. It's like a fictional computer company, or software company, with some neat stuff on top. And this building, just nothing special. I was going to put a billboard right here, but decided not to. But it looks kind of cool. Especially with the windows up top, the weird stare effect it has. This building over here is new. You won't see it on any other download, I think. I actually built this and another building. I was asked by an architectural firm to build some of their buildings in Minecraft, and fortunately the whole kind of project they wanted to do with me fell through, but I was left with some cool builds for Titan City. Like this building right here is actually a building by RMJM, or at least a concept. I don't know if it was actually ever built, but they sent me concept pictures of it, and I built it in the city, which is pretty cool. Has some grass up top for like if you want to plant a garden up here. It's a pretty interesting building. And my voice just cracked. This is like a station for the above ground rail, or like a terminal for the above ground rail. As you can see, it says Titan on it. Has these cool kind of iconic towers, I guess, that make it look fancy. Little eating area. By the way, I put this entire map on water now, so if I ever want to expand it, I have to actually put like the land in to expand it. This is a new office building, kind of futuristic looking. like something out of South Korea or something. Has a cool like step effect on the roof. That building's old. These are all old buildings. Did a time lapse of that one. This was actually started by New York Skyscrapers, I think, or someone started this building and I finished it and put like the 4 towers on top. Made it nice. Kind of blends, or kind of looks like this building over here, so they all kind of just blend well. This is a new building that was originally supposed to not be that tall, but it's now like the tallest residential building, I think, in the city. I heart Titan City. That's pretty cool. Has shops at the bottom. I'm gonna go all the way to the top. So as you can see, it's pretty tall. So there is the top of the building, kind of a cool little hut thing. You can't get to it from the inside of the building, but you can float up to the top of it. Just kind of a cool decoration. Pretty cool looking building. Art Deco-y, Victorian, New York style building, I guess you can say. This is another one of the RMJM builds. This is like one of their first buildings they ever built. It's in London somewhere, I think. Looks kind of cool though. Like it was built in the 60s. 50s or 60s. So it looks pretty neat. Has like this cool terrace area. This was the old NVIDIA headquarters. It used to look exactly like a GTX graphics card, but I thought that was kind of tacky, and so I changed it. This building might not make it to the final version of the city because it's kind of sad looking, kind of Orwellian, like obelisk thing. Not too eye-pleasing. Has a roof, has a pool on the roof though, which is cool. I'm not sure if this building was in the last download of the city, but it's like the only building that has, or one of 2 buildings that have ice as the windows. And as you can see, some of it melted, which I will go back and fix for the final version of the city. This is a new building I actually built like the day before I released the city. It has an Apple TV ad on the front of it because cities have billboards everywhere. Not being paid by Apple to do that. I just thought it was a cool billboard and decided to recreate it. It's kind of inspired by the New York Times building in New York. With like the kind of facade that hangs off of it like that and like keeps going even though the building ends. Kind of has that like top effect. I don't know how to describe it, but these keep going even though the building itself has ended. So it's pretty cool looking building, pretty sleek, I guess. This is just another generic office building, but it has interesting windows, which are actually quartz slabs, which I thought was cool. Was using a lot of the stained clay because I thought that was really cool. I really like stained clay. So this was all extended. This road was extended that way a couple blocks, so I had a lot of extra blank space. This road used to be like right up against this building and this this sculpture, or of the aqueducts. So I had to fill in the space with this like very thin building. Put a little bus station right here and put that building there and that building as well. This building's obviously new. Oh yeah, this is the other building that has ice as the windows. I don't like using ice as the windows, and now that there is stained glass, I don't really have a need for it. I'll just use blue stained glass. This is like one of the Art Deco buildings in the city, and my frame rate's dropping like crazy. Cool building made out of sandstone. As you can see, the chunks are having a little trouble loading, but you can see, take this time to see that there are actual individual floors for this building as well as all the other buildings. Has a cool top to it. Has a moonroof, I guess, along with some stuff. And I put rails on the sides of the building, or on the perimeter of the building, because they look like the things that people, or that window cleaning, like, cars ride on. So like if you go on top of buildings or skyscrapers, you'll see that there's like a rail system for window cleaners to use, to go all around the building and clean all the windows. This building was actually going to be, wasn't intended for the city. I had to fit it with a core with stairs and everything, but I originally built this off of the city as a prop building that I was going to blow up. My voice just cracked up. I was going to blow this building up to recreate the ending of the movie Fight Club, but in Minecraft. But I never ended up doing that. But as a result, I had this building lying around, so I had to take all the TNT out of it, put stairs in it, and make it look nice. And yep, so this building is now in the city. This building was moved. It was originally over there somewhere. This building is not new, but this part of it is. Again, like I said, the road was moved out this way, so I had to fill in this space. And so I did by giving it like an extension kind of area. This building's new. The ESPN building, I think. It has ESPN written on it. Not because I like ESPN, it's just because it's very easy to spell with slab blocks. I was like thinking of logos that I can recreate in Minecraft, and ESPN was like one of the easiest ones. So that's what I did. Looks kind of cool. This is one of the few fully furnished buildings in the city. It's actually a residential building, one of the tallest residential buildings, kind of inspired by the, is it 432 Park Place in New York? That like super tall looking building, has a jacuzzi, has like a fountain area, closet place where you can store all your stuff, bathrooms, paintings, sleeping area. Nice building, and the entire perimeter is a balcony that you can just look at the city. So if there's any fancy people visiting the city, this is probably where they'll live. This building's nothing new, but this is the United Cities headquarters. Shout out to everyone in the United Cities, New York Skyscrapers, Miner Nation, all those people, and some cool flags. Yep, Miner Nation inspired me to build this because he's doing the whole United Cities things, and I thought I'd build like a cool United Nations inspired building in the city, which is what I did. Has this whole kind of meeting area with doors in the front and the back, which just kind of led out to the city. Has this cool kind of thing, I don't know what to call it, but it's a cool looking building. Has these open air floors. This building's new. This is 8 World Trade Center. The original World Trade Center only had 7, but again, this isn't like a exact copy of the World Trade Center. This is just my take on it. So some things are similar, some things aren't. This building obviously is not part of the original World Trade Center. It's new. So 7 World Trade Center, 8 World Trade Center, 2, 1, that's still having trouble loading. This is the 3 World Trade Center that replaced the first building I built on this, or first building I completed on this city, which I put back in the city over there by the GTA 5 building, the IAA/FIB building. 1 World Trade Center still having trouble loading. These are all new. Well, these are all old. This is like the oldest part of the city, but I did some renovating. First, with this building, all the rooms have interior now. The windows have been replaced with black stained clay. Has a new lobby kind of area. A lot more fancier. Has beacons. The buildings actually all have been moved, so it's like a lot more spacious now. The whole kind of Austin Tobin Plaza area has been redone to be fancy. The lobbies of 1 and 2 World Trade Center have been redone to look a lot more fancy and modern. I'll go into them. Looks pretty cool. Awesome. Has like a little coffee area, cafe kind of thing. Metal detectors, all that jazz. New street lights or street lamps and everything. This building's old. I did a Let's Build on that. It was my first skyscraper Let's Build. This is another building that I changed. It was originally going to be blown up in my recreation of the Fight Club ending, but I ended up putting it in the city, fitting it with stairs and making it look nice. This building is new, just another office building. There used to be a church here, but there is no longer a church here. So yep, and those are like the newest parts of the city. It hasn't grown too much, but yep, that's pretty much it. All the rest of the stuff is in the original download, or the download that came before. I think it was version 3.2 was the most recent. So you'll see all these buildings in the older downloads. Nothing too drastic has changed about them, not enough for me to like go in and show you. Some like minor changes here and there. I might have like redone some of the exterior of some buildings or interiors. But yep, that's for you to find when you explore the whole city. It's pretty big. And yep, that's pretty much all I have to say. The download for this building, or for this build, is in the description of the video. And other than that, this has been Colonial Puppet. Have a good day.